Hello, good morning everyone. This is Professor Mrs. Manushi Sengupta, Dean, Faculty of Nursing, Assam Downtown University. Today I am very glad because today is International Nurses Day and the entire team of Faculty of Nursing, Assam Downtown University wishes all the nurses, the entire nursing fraternity, Happy Nurses Day. You know, amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, already the WHO has declared the this year 2020 as Year of the Nurse and the Midwife, and because of this, the reason behind the declaring the International Year of Nurse and Midwife 2020, as per the Florence Nightingale Birth Anniversary. It is the 200th birth anniversary of Florence Nightingale, the Lady with the Lamb, the founder of modern nursing. So this year, 2020, the International Council of Nurses, International Nurses Day theme is Nurses, a Voice to Lead, Nursing the World to Health. The International Council of Nurses focus this theme on the true value of nurses to the people of the world. Until now, till date, we have seen that how the nurses, how the frontline healthcare workers are fighting for the care and treatment and good recovery of the patients who are diagnosed with COVID-19. This year also, the Nightingale Challenge has been given by International Council of Nurses, and the Nursing Now has taken the initiative as the Nightingale Challenge because they have conceptualized this as this is the year for the nurse and the midwife. And Dr. Annette Kennedy, the president of International Council of Nurses, has quoted that it is essential that nurses are enabled to play a bigger role in multidisciplinary teams working to their full potential to innovate, to lead, and to advocate. As because the nurses are one of the biggest healthcare endeavor, or we can say that one of the major concern, or as a major concern as a team member in the healthcare society or in the healthcare fraternity, the nurses takes a very important role in treating the patient, in caring for the patients as well as sick. That is the reason, the nurses should take the initiative, should take the leadership to guide their young generation nurses so that they can take up challenge and they can conceptualize that definitely the nurses can win everybody's heart, nurses can get one of the best profession in entire healthcare industry. The purpose of Nightingale's challenge, that is also one of the reasons. The purpose of Nightingale challenge is to help develop the next generation of young nurses and midwives as a leader, practitioners, advocates in health, and to demonstrate that nursing and midwifery are exciting and rewarding careers. Yes, I, on behalf of Assam Downtown University family, also want to invite the young generation students who are definitely want to take BSc nursing as a career. Yes, obviously this is a very bright profession. I request if anybody is interested having the attitude to serve the country, to serve the nation, to serve the society at large, should come and join this profession. Talking about COVID-19, here I want to just highlight little bit of prevention tips, as we are all every day we get to know that day by day the cases are increased in Assam, in Guwahati, and definitely all of us we know what are the main objectives, how we can prevent ourselves from this highly infectious virus infection. So first of all, we know we have to wash our hands frequently and for at least 20 seconds. We have to cover our mouth while sneezing, coughing, and definitely we have to wear mask whenever we are going outside, whenever we are coming in contact with any person suffering from cold and cough. Then we have to maintain social distance or physical distance. We have to avoid going to the crowd, especially those who are elderly, those who are children below the age of 12 years should not be unnecessarily taken out from their home. Better to stay at home to stay safe. Practice social distancing not by shaking hand, not by hugging, not by kissing. That is what is very much dangerous. Isolate yourself. If you are really finding that you are not well, you are suffering from, you are feeling feverish, you are suffering from common cold and cough, better to isolate yourself, stay at home, take rest, take adequate fluid, and that will improve your health. And important is like take some high protein diet, high calorie diet, take absolute rest so that you can subside the problems and you can treat with your mild symptoms early. Another thing for the healthcare providers, I just want to inform, I just want to again share that this is the 5 moments of hand washing that is recommended by World Health Organization. What are the 5 moments of hand washing? Yes, first of all, before touching the patient. Number 2, before touching the patient, whenever we go near the patient for any procedure, for taking any history, for even touching the bed of the patient, touching the patient's own articles, better to touch, better to do the hand washing before touching the patient, before cleaning, before clean, and then before doing any antiseptic or any clean procedure. Say suppose you are going to give a catheter, or you are going to just introduce an IV line, better to do the thorough hand washing with soap and water. And third is after exposing, suddenly if you are handling the euro bag, say suppose nurses on duty, they have to record the urine output of the patients, and maybe sometimes they have to transfer the patient, so they are handling the urine bag of the patient, they are handling the IV lines of the patients, they are changing the various vascular lines of the patients, or they are touching the patient's endotracheal tube, or maybe the patient's sputum suddenly. So before that also, any after any body fluid exposure risk, if you are finding that okay, I may have, I may get any contamination of these body fluids or blood, so better to do hand washing just after finishing the procedure. And fourth is after touching a patient. Even for the healthcare professionals, not only the nurses, it is have to be mandatory for all the healthcare professionals. Even if you have touched your patient with a gloved hand, then also after removing the gloves, better you should do 20 seconds of 7 steps of hand washing after touching the patient. And even after touching the patient's surroundings, you have touched the patient's unit, anything, maybe the bed, maybe the IV stand, maybe the patient's articles, anything. If you have touched it by your hand, immediately you have to wash your hands. And this is what is the recommended by WHO as 5 moments of hand washing. And lastly, what are the 5 key principles to fight against COVID-19? First is the testing. Yes, if we see that any person who has a symptoms, because nowadays we can say that as the disease, as the infection is getting asymptomatic, there may not be any symptoms, even the patient might be a carrier. So if you see that any person suffering from a fever, high like rise of temperature, then sore throat, or maybe the cough, dry cough, definitely we should recommend him for going for COVID test. Then next is that is the PCR test. Next is the tracing. If you get to see that patient and test report came as positive, definitely we have to trace him. Where is the locality of the patient, the complete identity of the patient, then who are the persons who came in contact with the patient. So all this tracing need to be done very, very cautiously, and all this documentation evidence need to be kept. Then comes the treatment. Yes, if the symptoms are mild and moderate, we have to give him conservative treatment in a hospital. And sometimes, if it is very minor symptoms, patient might be kept in at home also with fully isolated, and even at home also it can be treated. And even if the patient is getting a severe infection, definitely we have to shift the patient as early as possible to the COVID hospital. And obviously, the fourth T is the teamwork. See, for any disorder or disease, it is not only one person who can win it. It is always a team effort. Here, for to fight against COVID-19, not only the administration, the whole hospital, the warriors, the government, everybody is fighting. Even people who are like we are the healthcare providers. Even we are not directly in patient care, but then also we are giving awareness to public, we are giving awareness to our students. So how we can collaborate, how we can communicate as a team, and how we can fight, how we can unite together and fight for this COVID-19. And lastly is tracking and monitoring. If after, even if the patient's test is negative, sometimes as I told you, even after getting two test samples as negative also, patient might be asymptomatic, patient might be having might be a carrier. So we have to track them, we have to monitor them for minimum 14 days of time, and or as per the guidelines of the government, that particular guidelines need to be mandatory followed, so that we can all together, ourselves as well as we can save our loved ones, and we can fight against this COVID-19 pandemic and COVID-19 virus. So once again, I want to congratulate all the nursing personnels who are fighting as a frontline warriors, who are taking care of the COVID-19 patients with dedication, without fear, without anxiety, leaving behind their loved ones, leaving behind their family, leaving behind their children at home. So definitely we are very much proud of you, dear sisters, and definitely we the nursing people, we the nursing personals, if we join hand together, if we unite together, definitely we will win the fight against COVID-19. So once again, I wish all my nursing personnel, all my dear colleagues, all my students a very, very happy International Nurses Day. Stay safe, stay home, unite together. This is what, as a team, we can fight against this deadly virus. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Good day.